in the Premier League is called the Corner FC. You are not wrong if you call Chelsea the second half FC, aka the Comeback Kings. What a performance today against West Ham. See, we doubted Rezonoa. Yes, I doubted Rezonoa, but this guy is proving over and over again that he is not only good, he's tactically sound, he's technically good, he knows how to read the game, and he has a bright future ahead of him. What a performance for Chelsea. What a way to come back from 2 goals down and win 3-2 at home for the first time since 1987. I have been watching Chelsea for a long time, more than 2 decades. Trust me, if Chelsea goes down 2 goals to none or even 1 goal to none, it is hard to come back and even pick up maximum victory against this opponent. But this Chelsea team, this new era, is beginning to prove that there is something in this team. There is a fighting spirit in this team. There is a better mentality in this team, and there's a very, very good squad, around, in this team as well. And there's a very good coach rather on the bench. What a performance against West Ham. This is what you call the Comeback Kings of the Premier League. 3-2 against West Ham. See, the reason why this game is so exciting is not for the fact that Chelsea just won. This game is exciting because Chelsea were 2 goals down in this game and came back in the second half and changed it and make it 3-2, before the end of the game. What a performance on Chelsea. Chelsea that I know, Chelsea under the previous coach, Chelsea under the other eras will hardly get the point out of this game rather than getting 3 points. So this is a very, very good display from each and every player who played this game today, and most importantly, the coaches. See, coaches don't really get too much credit, but trust me, what Rezonoa has done with this team, because I have seen this team lose games this season. I have seen Chelsea lose game against Brighton at home. I have seen Chelsea lost game against Sunderland at home. I have seen Chelsea lost game against Leeds United away from home. I have seen Chelsea lose games that they were supposed to pick up maximum points or draw points from winning positions at home. So when there's a change, in mentality, when there's a winning feeling, we should talk about it and we should give credit to whoever is behind that in this Chelsea team. What a performance for Chelsea. And we have to give credit also to the guys who came from the bench. Guys who came from the bench and turned the game around. The likes of João, Pedro, who has been on an incredible run of form. A goal in the Crystal Palace game, a goal in the Napoli game. Today again, a goal. He has been scoring from fun. In fact, he's rejuvenated under this new coach. What a way to do it. Cucurella also got a goal in this game. Now let's get into this game because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to unpack, but we have to give credit to each and every player of Chelsea today. What a performance for Chelsea. Now, coming into this game, before we go into this game, if you're new to this page, please follow this page, like this page, and also share this post also so that others can get, to see this as well. Now, let's get into everything we learned from this Chelsea's game against West Ham at home. After Chelsea's victory against Napoli, Chelsea coming into this game with so much confidence, with so much enthusiasm, coming to face West Ham at home. A West Ham that is rejuvenated also after signing some players like Castellanos, like Pablo, players that they signed, Traore and the rest. They've rejuvenated. They went over to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and they picked up a victory. So they've been doing well in the last couple of games, despite the fact that they are not the best team in the last couple of games already this season. Chelsea went over to the London Stadium. The first leg, Chelsea won that game 5-1. Chelsea conceded first, came back in the game and scored 5 goals in that game. Now, this is the second leg. The second leg that everything is at stake. The second leg that Chelsea needs to chase the Champions League. The second leg that West Ham needs to leave that relegation waters and fight their way back on top of the log. Now, that is how much that is the importance of this game coming into this game at the Stamford Bridge. Now, Chelsea, as the usual Chelsea that we've known in the last couple of games, do not usually start well. And that is a worry for Chelsea. I've been saying this for the last 3 to 4 games. Chelsea do not start well. Look at the game against Napoli. You will see something similar in this game. The defense was all over the place. The defense was very, very poor. The defense was unorganized. But you should also give credit to the coach. Why? Because this guy did not have a preseason. This guy is coming into a team that has been low on confidence before the sack of Maresca. Losing game for fun, lost with against Aston Villa at home, draw against Bournemouth, and so they need to pick up themselves. So it will take time. But guess what? Chelsea did not start well as usual. Chelsea conceded 2 goals in this game And that the first half ended. The goal was from Bowen in the first 10 minutes. Chelsea conceded, and also during the run of play, Chelsea conceded again through Somerville. At that moment, see, both Badashili and Garnacho were useless in the first half, especially Garnacho. Garnacho, this is one of the worst games I've seen Garnacho play football. Mukala Modric is far better than Garnacho, and I'll stick my head out for that. I will pick Mukala Modric over and over again more than this Garnacho. Garnacho was super poor in the first half. Badashili was super poor in the first half. I don't know. But I don't know if it was the formation, I don't know if it was the style of play, or the mentality, or the fact that Chelsea usually starts slow. That was a very, very poor start. If Chelsea meets a team that is very, very good defensively, Chelsea will lose that game. You cannot play in the Premier League. You cannot play against teams that are very good also in transition and keeping a very good backline. And you concede those 2 goals first in the first half. I think that was a very, very poor start. And we saw that against Napoli, in the Premier League, in the Champions League as well. So Chelsea came back into the second half and there was a change. There was a change in everything. There was a change in mentality. There was a change in style of play. There was a change in formation. There was a change in switch. There was a change in the energy. There was a change in the both transitions. There was a change in the pressure. There was a change in intensity. That's the word I was looking for. There was a change in intensity in this game. And guess what? Chelsea came into the game, and guess what? Chelsea changed the tide also. The first goal from Cucurella, got Chelsea 2-1. Another goal from João Pedro. The first goal from João Pedro, second goal from Cucurella made it 2-2. And the third goal, what a goal from Enzo Fernández. Enzo Fernández got Chelsea the winner and made it 3-2. And Chelsea had to close shop in this game. Now, what are the 5 things we learned from this game? First of all, Lime Rizunua had an impactful sub. Now, the impactful sub is this guy. He knows how to read the game. He knows how to understand where is lacking in the field of play. He knows where to make those changes. He knows what to do, on the bench. Look at the way he communicates with his bench. He knows he's a very, very intelligent coach. And that's what he said in the interview when he came. He said, I am good at what I do. And we've seen that. We've been seeing that in the last couple of games. This is Chelsea 5 straight victories in all competition. No, this is Chelsea 4 straight victories in all competition. 5 wins in 6 games. That is exactly what you need. For this new side, this new team. Rizunua was proactive with his changes. You see, one thing I love with this coach is the fact that whenever he's coming out in the second half, you immediately see changes. He doesn't wait till 70, 80 minutes to make change. He does it instantly. He does it immediately. And those changes impact the game. That is what you need. That is the kind of coach you need. That is the kind of coach that if a player is not performing well, they take the player off. Look at what he did with Garnacho today. He saw that Garnacho was as useless as anything else in the first half, and he took him out in the second half. Badashili was poor also in the first half. He took him out also in the second half. That is what you need from your coach. That is how you impact the game. That is how you win games. So I was very, very impressed with that, and kudos to Lime Rizunua for that. Secondly, like I said, I had a lot of negatives in this game. First, especially in the first half, it was a disorganized first half. The defense was all over the place. They couldn't plan. They couldn't calm down the situation. They couldn't build up. A lot was just wrong. Westham was a better team in the first half. Westham understand the game in the first half. Westham understand what they needed to do in the first half. And Chelsea defense was very poor, and that was what led Chelsea to the fact that Chelsea had to concede in the first half. Another thing we saw again in the first half was too poor attack for Chelsea. I saw a different team. Westham for the first half, second half for Chelsea. Poor attack in the first half, poor defense in the first half for Chelsea. Westham, better attack, better defense, for Westham. So I saw that in the first half. I saw an unimpactful wings or unimpactful attack in the first half. This might be a very good thing to do a comeback and win games. But there's a way to get to it will not work, because you've already lost the game if you meet a better side. So Chelsea needs to understand that, which is very important, and get it done also in the first half. Get the business done in the first half. The better second half changed the game for Chelsea. The better second half gave Chelsea everything Chelsea needed to get in the first half. The momentum, the high press, the intensity, everything, the transitions, everything was better in the second half. Better control of the game, and Chelsea put everything in what they had into the game, and Chelsea won the game. That is exactly what you need. Let me know what you think about this game. Let me know who impressed you the most. Let me know who was your man of the match, and share your thoughts in the comment section. If you are new to this channel, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. I'll come your way again next time I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.